Okay, so where do we begin today? I wrapped up my daily missions here earlier. I had to play Trigger Backlash 5 times. I can't not talk about the Battle Pass. And it's going to be old hat for some people because I've gone on and on and on about it. And I can't stop until things are right. Things are not right. They're not right for free-to-play players. They're not right for premium paying players, which if they made the mistake of paying for premium, they get what they deserve. But at the same time, like, let's be real here. Like, this is not a good buy. I did 2 videos about it. I've talked about it at length. I've compared the pricing compared to what the game offered prior to premium, and it's really bad. It's really bad, guys. But here's something that I need to show. So I've been playing. I'm at 82.4-ish, 4.5. I have been playing the missions every day. I have hit every season mission, every battle mission. I have not missed a mission. And I am progressed to this point. Now, there are other players who are free-to-play players who are the same situation, haven't missed anything, but they are somewhere around here, or some are back here, because the pricing, the point progression is not correct. The point progression is a problem. It starts at 500, then it goes to 750, then it requires 1,000 to advance, which is bad enough as is. But then on top of that, the pricing itself, the rewards for the points are not consistent. You have got to re-roll when this comes up as an option. You can spend gold, or if you're on mobile, you can watch an ad to get a different mission if you want. I deliberately did not do that for this first month as a trial, as an experiment, as a proof, so to speak. The baseline should be a player should be able to play the missions for the Battle Pass, do everything, play everything, and they should hit 100 by the end of the time that the month comes up. Now, as it stands with 11 and a half days left, that may be very close for me, down to the wire, and that's really going to depend on whether or not the game includes another round of season missions that they did. I think the last one that they just did offered about 6,000 points, give 100 marks of chaos, and create 3 greater demons. So if I get that, that's about 6 ranks. That'll take me up to 88, and then I'd still have to get, roughly 12,000 rank over the course of 11 and a half days in addition to that. Now, granted, you do get points for the complete 5 missions, complete 10 missions, 15, 20, but that is a padded weekly thing. So as it stands, as I've said, I've done everything that you're supposed to do. Excuse me. And I'm not sure I'm going to finish. Now, I hope I do. I hope for the sake of the Battle Pass that I do. It might be the only saving grace, because if I don't, I will remain vocal about it. I will make sure that everybody who can know knows, because that would be a problem. That would be a massive, massive problem. Literally meaning that the only way that you can complete the Battle Pass is to pay for premium to gain those 1,000 extra points a day, or to spend your gold doing rerolls or watching ads. The game then at that literally point, this game that has been free to play for so long, yes, you can still play for free, but in order to actually get the prizings, you have to pay in some way, shape, or form. I hope that that's not the case. It's going to be very tight. Now, to be fair, this is just a cosmetic. Not a big deal if I don't get a car back. I really don't care. It's the premise. It's the principle. The principle of the thing ultimately is what it comes down to. In the same token, the principle of the Battle Pass capping at 100. There are players who've already hit it. The premium players have already hit this 100. They hit it yesterday or the day before. For the next 12 days, they get nothing. There's nothing beyond 100. They get Nothing. Cue your Willy Wonka memes. That's what they're getting. They might get the free crate, and from what I understand, it was reported that that free crate is actually frozen on some of them. Like, they're not getting the free crate at all either. I don't even know if they get the mission to get the ghost ticket. So that's it. They got their prizes up front, and then for 2 weeks they get zilch. No cards, no tickets. So they lose. They lose. And that's another problem. And that was actually day one when this battle pass was revealed. When the update came out live, I took a look at the pass, and the very first thing I saw, because as gamers, we have played other games with battle passes. This is not necessarily a new concept for most of us. For some of us it is. Obviously for every guild it is. But the very first question I said is like, well, what happens after 100? Because you know players are going to hit it. I didn't even know the point progression and the rankings. Just like there's no way 100 on day 31 is going to be the same for free to play as it is for premium. What happens beyond 100? And the answer from the community manager at that time was, we'd like to consider making that a possibility. I believe that's kind of roughly how it was worded. It was like, that's a good thing we'd like to think about. We'll get back to you on that. And here we are with 11 days left in the battle pass, and it's there. It's not going to happen. They're not going to change this. They should. They absolutely should. I've sent 2 emails and obviously 2 videos and many words on Discord directed at them to try to explain and reiterate and pound the point, and that's not going to stop. The battle pass progression, the pricing, everything about it is terrible. It is a ripoff. It is a ripoff of your time. It is a ripoff of your money. It is a ripoff of your trust as a player in this game. And that is really unfortunate. Because I've had this conversation with players before over the last 2 weeks. It's unfortunate that the Battle Pass is so terrible, has ruined the economy so much, and is such a blatant disregard or even lack of consideration as far as how it actually implements, because this entire thing, this entire battle pass, has overshadowed some decent things about the expansion up until Emperor's Children. The artwork for the Sons of Horus was great. The new Sons of Horus, love the artwork. Can't talk enough about the artwork. Very solid. That's art. The cards themselves for Sons of Horus, honestly, not bad either. I've had fun playing Axeman and Abaddon. I don't have Horus, so I can't play him, but I've had fun playing them. I like the little bus with Marks of Chaos. I like the drop pod. They are a troop-based faction. They've got some damage, they've got some possibilities, but they've shifted play, and I really enjoy that. I like Spear Tip. I think Spear Tip as a mechanic has been a very good, it's a very simple, beginner-friendly mechanic. It's a limited rally, but it helps, if you're a new player, it should help drive your focus as far as order of operations. What cards do you play before what cards to get better effects? That's good design. That's smart, that's clean. But completely overshadowed by the problem with the Battle Pass, by the not only just the problem with Battle Pass, but then the lack of response to the criticism, the lack of response to the community outcry, the lack of response to the community concern. That is also very problematic too. And I am still awaiting response to 3 emails now that I've sent for several different issues and questions and comments about where the state of the game is, upcoming spoilers for the game, promo codes for pricing support for the month of March. As you know, I mean, for the content creators, when we had a community manager, we were getting promo codes periodically to, yes, good luck with that. Hey, that's exactly right. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not crossing my fingers. I'm really not expecting anything at this point. I'm under the impression that the Everguild doesn't want to discuss anything with me right now, and that's okay. Good deal. For almost 5 years of this game, I have supported the game, promoted the game, been happy to play the game. I still like the game. Despite Titans, despite what the Emperor's Children currently are. I still like the game. The game is fun. I like Horus Heresy. I like the characters. I have done that for almost 5 years. I've done it free, on my own time, out of my own pocket. I've not gained anything from it. I don't make any money from YouTube. Over the course of the entire 5 years, I think I've gotten like about $100 from ad revenue from YouTube, and that was just in the last 8 months. So that wasn't even like, that's not even, that's just like a 5 month like period where I was generating ad revenue, which was great. That's cool, but that's not really, that's not going to do anything. And the podcast was free. That was extra time that I spent time to get that on the platform. Like, the point is, I did that for free because I enjoyed the game, because I supported the game, because I encouraged the game and wanted to promote tournaments. The whole point of what I've done on my YouTube channel, what I'm trying to do on Twitch, is to educate people about the game and encourage people to try new things, not just, play the same old stuff. Have fun in whichever way, shape, or form that you're going to have fun with the game. That's always been kind of my driving points. I've never really wanted to go on rants. I've refrained from that for a very long time until recently, and I can't not rant or talk positive about this. As a content creator, as somebody who, some people, not everybody, because not everybody watches my videos, and that's fine. But the people who do watch have got to be able to trust what I'm saying, and I can't give false enthusiasm for something I don't support. I don't support this battle pass as it is. I have said several times that if every guild had made a battle pass that was good, if it was priced okay and the rewards were fine, I would happily spend money. I would happily support it or encourage it, like, hey, this is actually what you get. This is the deal. This is how it compares. If it actually rewarded players for wanting to, new players to get more things, it would be worth promoting. It's not. Not to me. I don't believe in it. I don't think that that's right. I don't think it's right to put my support behind it. I'm just one of many. There might be others who think it's not that bad. I know many don't think that it's good, but many don't have YouTube channels or Twitch platforms to get on to voice those things, and I do. So I have to voice those. I'm not just voicing them for myself. I do feel that way, but I'm voicing them for the people who I talk to on Discord, the people I talk to on Facebook and other social platforms. It's not coming just from me. It's other people who see it the same way and agree the same way, but don't have a platform to speak it. And that's kind of what my take is. So if 5 years of supporting the game is negated by a legitimate reason to criticize an aspect of the game and update, then so be it. I'm not going to feel bad about that. I'm not going to be super sad or salty about that. I can't. If that's the way it has to be. And I really hope it isn't. Don't get me wrong. I really hope it isn't. I would love to have things be okay and just be like, hey, they've been really busy, and we take your criticisms and we're looking to make improvements. Everguild has made some improvements. Minuscule improvements, but they have done improvements. When they had this is why Legacy exists, guys. When they had, let's see, how do we do this here? Hang on. Let's go there. Was he stunned? Deal 1-2 damage. Oh yeah, we can't have that. Where was I going? You got distracted with the Titans. Distracted by Titans. Yeah, no, the whole point of what I've done has just been to encourage people with the game, and the game should be for new players just as it is now. If the battle pass built upon what already existed, it would be worth mentioning. And I could go on and harp and just battle pass. And like I said, that's the problem. is it overshadows some of the positive aspects. And there have been positive aspects. They have done some very slight improvements with what they've got in the game. They have improved. They took the criticism and the comments and the legitimate concern. How do I want to do this here? No, we're not doing anything super spectacular or special here. But let's go ahead and just blow the fuck out of everything. Why not? And we'll leave that, right? Because this one gets bigger. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. Just we're just having fun. Like they changed the crate economy. There were 250 gold for the release crate. That was a watered down card pool and included neutrals. And for the Emperor's Children, they changed that. They took that into consideration. They scaled it back to how it normally is. No new neutrals, 200 gold. They improved the drop rates in the event. The event rate for the event drop rate for new cards and new high rarity cards for the Sons of Horus release was atrocious. Midnight did a complete breakdown of his video and talked about how much he had spent, how little he had gained, what cards he's still missing despite the massive amount that he had put into the game. And that's pretty considerable. Like that's very obvious, and they've improved that. They've made that improvement for the game, and that's good. I wish they would tell people that they did that. They didn't tell anybody that they did that, and that's a little unfortunate. Because quite frankly, like, can you imagine if you just fixed a big concern that the player base had, like, hey, everything that we've been really mad about, and you fixed it, but you didn't tell us. Like, just take credit for like something like we made a mistake. We realized people didn't get the cards that they wanted, or we realized that it was actually really tilted, outside of the favor, and we've adjusted that. Like, that type of communication would go miles. And like I said, like the last 7-8 months, the way communication has been handled, the way the game has been managed, it's really left me disappointed and sour. And I mean, that comes across sometimes, and that's one reason why I've really reduced the amount of content I've done. I still do a lot of stuff in the community. I still do Barnet Legions. I'm still on Discord, still talking with the people that I talk with, and holding tournaments and contests and things in-house. I still enjoy doing that. I still enjoy playing the game, like I said. Yeah, they would have to admit, and they would have to admit it. They'd have to admit that they made a mistake, right? And they're not going to do that, even though that would be the right thing to do, and it would go over, it goes over a lot better than just everybody knowing that they got caught and that they've changed things, because we know it. Like, we can confirm that as a player base. It's not confirmation bias. Like, side by side for 2 weeks, everybody had the same experience opening crates for Sons of Horus. Not one or two people, like everybody. And then Emperor's Children, completely different experience, and everybody has the same completely different experience. It's a little, yeah, the numbers are there. You can say that they didn't fix it, but you know that they did. So yeah, I mean, I still enjoy playing the game. It's a little bit of a grind to do the dailies, but I'm doing them. I'm still playing events. I just haven't felt the enthusiasm to make content on a regular basis. Deck construction videos, and what warlords I'm playing, new news on updates, which, to be fair, I feel like the balance patches for the last 5 or 6 months have been horrendous and embarrassing. As far as, I'm not talking about what they changed, just the lack of what they changed. And today we had a balance patch that came out, 6 cards. They changed 6 cards, 2 of which are Emperor's Children cards that are very problematic, but they're not the only ones. There's still 6 other cards in the Emperor's Children new card pool that basically like just crap all over like old Emperor's Children. I mean, looking at side by side, the old Emperor's Children had 4 cards that lowered cost of cards. That was energy reduction. That's including Saul Tarvis as a warlord. The new card pool has 8. They have twice as many cost reduction cards. Like, I don't know how they thought that would be okay. I don't know how they passed off on that, but they did. Yeah. No. 3. You got. If we're looking at energy manipulation here now, keep in mind you've got Saul Tarvis, you've got Tactical Brilliance, right? And then you've also got. Hold at all costs feels like a stretch for me because that's more like energy refill, but there is. I'm drawing a blank on that. We looked at it last night. What is it? Hold at all costs. No, Tactical Brilliance, Saul Tarvitz, and then you've got. What is the one? It reduces the next cost of the card to draw. It's not the drop pod one. That gives it shield now. It is not Hammer of Justice. Now I'm drawing a blank. Now I'd have to go. Now when this game's over, we'll go back into the card pool and we'll take a look at it and we can stack them up. But they have twice as much cost card reduction, and the balance patch for today didn't change that at all. Like, didn't change that at all. Like, that's the same exact balance patch that it was. So yeah. Like, I mean, they're still they just do one less reduction for a turn. Like, okay, well, guess what? It's still 2 cards. There's still 8 cards that can reduce cost and draw cards, and like the deck, instead of going off on turn 2, will still go off on turn 4 or 5. Like, that's still entirely possible. It doesn't change anything. If you've got a 10-card hand, you still have 10 cards that are 0 or 1 cost. So yeah, not good. Let's see here. What can we do? Okay, I know what we can do. We can do you, and then you, and then we go here, draw a card. Yeah, the new they're just insane. Insane is what they are. And that's a whole different beast. Like the Emperor's Children, but the balance patch is not the first balance patch. It's 6 cards that they just knocked down a peg. Nothing they bumped up a peg. Like nothing. Like nothing has increased or made relevant or effective or good or any of that. Like, it's still pretty shitty. Let's go ahead and stun you, and we'll go ahead and draw pod you, play that, go here. And I think it was the balance patch before that. They did the same thing. No, but there's like, you could consider a card a buff, but it really wasn't a buff. It was like a sideways move. And then we had 2 balance patches where it was really like just like 1 or 2 cards that were even problematic. That weren't even the problem. That was just what they were. Let's see, here we go. 4, 6, 9. That's not enough, right? I don't think so. Right? 6, 9, 11. Can't do 2, so I can do 7 there with that. Well, let's see what we draw. I guess that's always the good thing, right? See what you draw. You could draw something. Hey, there we go. Look at that. That's why order of operation, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do, Chaos Spawn. Not that this is like it's Chaos Spawn. He played well, though. He played well. Good job, Captain Wind of the Night Lords. Yeah. So let's go into the Emperor's Children card pool, the old card pool, the legacy card pool, right? Cards. I'm not a fan of this clicking. It feels like extra clicking to get to things. Okay, so Legacy. Legacy gave you Saul Tarvitz, Tactical Brilliance. Those are 2 cards. Then we had for cost reduction, cards that reduced cost of cards. That's 2. For the Emperor was 3. For the Emperor, that was the one that I was thinking of. For the Emperor was 3. And there's one more in here. I am sure of it. Unless I included hold at all cost as a conditional, which would actually be worse. I mean, honestly. I mean, there's 4 right there. This is a terrible card. Nobody played that card. But, I mean, it technically counts. I think that's the one we were counting. I could be wrong, but I think that's what we were counting because it's not one worth playing. So there's 3 that were worth playing. 3 that were worth playing, and now the faction has gained 8. Right? Because if we're looking at all cards, you've got Fulgrim, you've got Innate Brilliance, that's 2. You've got Master's Signal, which is 3. You've got where is it? Call the Reserves is 4. You've got Resplendent Conclave is 5. Tactical Excellence is 6. Ancient Zarmar is 7. There's a couple more in here. There's a couple more in here. That's 7. And Grand Finale, that's your 8. So we went from 3, questionably 4 if you include hold at all costs for energy gain, to 8 in this faction. And you can say, oh yeah, those ones went away. Like, then why did they gain so many? Like, it'd be one thing if they gained a bunch and everything that they had was understated. And don't get me wrong, there's a weakness to the Emperor's Children, as it always was. Like, they could blow their whole hand and then they end up top decking, and then they can't get perfection. But I think the new Emperor's Children, aside from Lucius, the new Emperor's Children don't really hinge on perfection anymore. They're getting the value plays out. They've got other game plans, and even then, if everything costs 0, perfection is 0 energy, so Lucius is going to go off anyways. So yeah, so just changing those 2 cards, not enough, didn't change well. It was kind of a really lackluster balance patch, and it's not something, again, it's one of just many things over the course of several months that I don't have enthusiasm for, and I can't fake that enthusiasm. I can't play games and talk about how everything's great. It's not. No. Left does, and no. Yes and no. Okay, Cork and White Scar mission nerf feels good for you because why? It feels good for you because you didn't like playing them and you hated losing against them. That's why. At the end of it, that's why. If you look at the nerf itself, I think the White Scar mission nerf, I think that's fair. I think that's a fine change, and that's fair. It really came way too late. It should have happened a long time ago. It's still completely playable. There still is a play style to it, and it can still work. The change to Cork, I don't have a problem with, because I can understand why he's I was one of the first people who championed Cork before he was buffed, might I add. Before he was buffed, when he first came out as a playable warlord. You can go way back and watch that deck video on YouTube. When he was just like, I just get frontline for attacking, not 3 attack, just frontline. Like, free frontline on curve is great. I was applauding that then because I was very strong, and this was before Solar Auxilia, that was before the Chaos mission, it was before Cultist, before all of that, and it was a thing. And like, I understand why like free frontline is pretty. That's a bit much. It depending on the fact that he was a neutral was kind of the holdup. However, I don't mind him getting nerfed. I do mind the fact that how he got nerfed is not just a nerf, it makes him unusable. It makes him just a frontline warlord because he's no longer attacking, and he's just getting +1 attack and healing. So this isn't even consistent as frontline. So in terms of a frontline warlord, if you look at the other frontline warlords, he's not Iacton Cruz, who can do this every turn, who has a better card pool. He's not Amadeus Duquesne, who is going to be rotate out very soon, has a terrible card pool. However, can do consistently not only frontline but also healing adjacent troops if you want to do like a neutral build or just mess around and play some meme stuff. That's another build. Other frontline warlords do frontline better now than Cork. That I have a problem with, because it wasn't a nerf that was a good nerf. I don't mind if they're nerfed. I mind when the nerf hampers them down significantly. If you take a look at what happened with Cork, Cork is the result of people in ladder playing Cork over and over and over and over and over again for 3 months because Cork worked. And understandably, there's a nerf that's deserved. Yeah, Sigismund's change is weird. I don't like it. I understand that he's a target because he was up there and because he was a performer. It ties into my earlier statement with why I don't like it. It wasn't just because they changed Sigismund. They nerfed Cork. They nerfed the White Scars mission. They nerfed these cards. That's problematic in how they handled a couple of them, but also there's no replacement. There's nothing buff. They didn't raise anything from down to the bottom up to shake up the meta. All they did was take 3 top dogs out. So whoever's still at the top will still be at the top. There's no other new contenders, no other play. There's no reason to not play what you were already playing before if you were already playing a warlord that's in the top 5. They've made no creative gains in terms of shaking up the other card pools. Yeah, they took away White Scar's mission, or they changed Sigismund, so why not buff Ran or buff a couple other Imperial Fist Astartes to make Astartes still an option, but maybe, instead people will shift just to Diaz or not Imperial Fist at all. I think Cork as a warlord, again, geez, how many frontline warlords are there? There's so many ways to do it. Well, yes, probably. I think counting on Death Guard and World Eaters to make the change, but that's bad too, because Death Guard aren't going to be out for another, what? Let's go to the event. What is it? A week? 10 days? This clicking is not. It angers me. This bar here because it's not working in 8 days. So Death Guard will be out in 8 days, and World Eaters will be out 14 days after that. So banking on 2 factions that don't yet exist in the game to shake up the meta or to change up the meta and not really touch the very obvious Emperor's Children, who are still problematic, like those 2 card changes. Like, you're not changing anything then. Really what you're changing is, like, it's not really a change. It's you're making it very obvious that what is new is what you want people to play, is what you want people to spend on, is what you want to be attractive. So we're not going to negate that. They did just have that offer for not this one, but the other one, for the 15 Emperor's Children crates and Lord Eidolon, and it sure would be bad if they got a bunch of money from people who paid for that and then turned around and nerfed like 5 to 10 cards from that card pool. So they were very hands-off. Not necessarily, I don't think, for a balance approach, but because of a business approach. Now, next month, those cards will see a turnaround, and maybe whatever's new and hot then, like the Death Guard card pool, will just be left alone. And I'm really looking forward to Death Guard. I really am. Like, I'm not a huge Death Guard fan in the 40k. I'm not a Chaos person in general, period. I don't like Nurgle. I don't like Khorne. I don't like Tzeentch. I don't like any of them. But I really don't like the repulsive, ununiform look that the Death Guard have in 41st Millennium. However, pre-corruption Death Guard were really interesting to me. I think Mortarion and several of the Traitor Primarchs are some of the coolest, deepest characters. Like Mortarion's double standard and his disdain for chaos and ultimate fall to chaos. Really interesting story. I think he's a cool character. He's a cool story. The Death Guard themselves are very kind of interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do, because they're going to rework poison as a mechanic. I would play my Mortarion, but I got to edit it. This is for the Backlash Challenge, so it's just a bunch of like Backlash troops, so it's really kind of boring. I won some games just by stalling people out, but I had more fun playing Syafa. Syafa Morag is still going to be fun. This is going to be a fun warlord to play for sure. And I'm looking forward to seeing what new Mortarion is going to be, a new Typhon. What are they going to bring to the mix? What is new Poison going to be? Maybe. That's the thing is, you're right. I mean, but post drop site, they were still not a fully corrupted faction. They didn't get corrupted by Nurgle fully. Like now, Typhon's wing, his detachment is a different story. But in terms of the full Death Guard themselves, they weren't Nurgleized until they emerged out of the warp in Terra, in the Sol system. So like that happened at the very end. So I think we'll still see some of that, but I don't think we're going to see as many marks of chaos that like the Emperor's Children got and the Sons of Horus got. We might see Mark of Nurgle and just Mark of Nurgle, or just Poison and not Mark of Nurgle, and have Poison be its own thing altogether. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Poison has been one of the weakest traits for the longest time. There are a couple others that are weaker. With the changes that they've done over the Death Guard over the years, they've gotten better to some degree, but never up there at all that to really shake things up. And like I said, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. But I don't think that we or Everguild should pin hopes on they will balance out the meta. And if they are balancing out the meta just because they're the brand new shiny, then brand new shiny in 2 more weeks as world leaders, and then you're back to that whole thing all over again. And then what's broken, for how long is it going to take them to address those issues? I hope it doesn't happen that way. I hope that we see some more thought and execution, not necessarily in the Death Guard release, but in these issues that are piling up. They're piling up the problems of the Battle Pass, with the Battle Pass point progression, with the Battle Pass pricing. The problems with the bugs, for the most part, have been worked in and out. They had a lot of bugs when they first did this update, which was problematic, but I think they've worked through a lot of them. But the problem with the economy, with the lack of tickets, with the daily ticket, this ghost ticket is a joke. Here's the thing. Every guild can do this, right? They can put a fake ticket here as a prize. Why can't they do a real ticket here as a prize? Or why can't they put 50 gold here as a prize for when you do your play 5 games? So you still get gold regardless of what else you might get from the balance patch. Or balance patch from the battle pass. Regardless of what else you might get here, why can't completing this mission here for not only give me 200, but also give me, a card, a common or something, like whatever it is, like a random card. They can put it in there. They clearly can. They've chosen not to. Why? What does it hurt? What does it hurt to give your players a little bit of something? Especially if you want to make the game, conducive and encouraging for new players. Yeah, I could spend too much time ranting about the Battle Pass, and I really don't want to. I do feel like I need to, bring people up to speed a little bit at least. This is not, there we go. It's not clicking. See, and that's not the warlord I picked, but because it wasn't clicking, it selected a different warlord for me. No, that's the one I want. Thank you. Oh, they still haven't fixed the crate opening bug. There's so many things that have piled up. They haven't fixed or improved or done anything about the experience boosters. The mentor system, for me personally, I think was really promising. I was looking forward to it, and then it became a joke, and I haven't done anything for 3 months with mentors, mentees. Nobody progresses past 21. Nobody's interested. There's little engagement. The rewards and pricing are weak, and there's been no improvement since this was added to the game a year ago. These things have piled up. And I've talked about it before, and in the fact that we've got more stuff added on, if you want to throw in 2 more factions to release for the expansion, and then add balancing to the Death Guard as well as to the Emperor's Children, because they're still going to be out of whack in 2 weeks, you can't expect good things. You can't expect Everguild to actually do good things, and that's unfortunate. Did people quit already or no? You mean the game? Have you been paying attention? I mean, I say that sarcastically. Yes. Yes, many people have quit the game. There are many people who are still hanging in the game. or who are just like logging in and seeing if this game is still if the game hasn't burned to ground yet. There are those people who are doing that. I don't know what the active player base is though. I know that the Steam reviews have tanked. They took a beating on Steam, and rightfully so. But I know that yeah, like yeah, I don't know what the player base is. I don't know how many people are still playing the game or how many people are still just like morbidly curious about the game. Like I'm still running into people in the event. Yeah, give them some reviews, whether it's on Android or on Steam or something. Like give them the reviews, guys. You kind of have to at this stage. You kind of have to. This will be a fun game. This will be a fun game, right? Not really. I'm running into players in event, and I'm running into players here. Like this is a real person. This isn't a bot game. Now, we could talk about what they did with legacy and practice and ranked in practice and whatever. Like, I guess we could talk about it. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. But what's the point? Like, what's the point? If there's players out there that are still playing, that they're not shifting things around, then great, good for him. I'm surprised he did that, but okay. It seems like something early on to do. Like, I'm gonna have Frontline eternally. All he needs to do is get the close combat weapon that lets him act again, which shouldn't be too hard to do. Like, I mean, it's costing him a lot of plasma. He's getting plasma gains, so I think he'll be fine. But once he gets his mission off, you know, he'll be good. Yeah, the way they balance. Are we going to talk about that? Yeah, sure. How do I want to do this? Let's do that. Let's do that. It hasn't changed. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I enjoyed playing Cork. I didn't play him near as much lately, but I enjoyed playing him. But I think that, like I said, there we go. That's what he needed. I was waiting for him to get that. That will. Now he does. Does he have first strike? Oh, he's got both of them. Yes. Good job. Good job. I don't really care, dude. I'm just playing the game. I love it when people like shit talk. That I don't care. I give zero fucks. Like, play your game. Have fun. The last up they did, I sort of enjoyed too. I don't know. The DA were okay. It wasn't a massive fix or improvement, honestly. I mean, it was okay, but I don't think it was like fantastic. Can he do 7? I don't know if he. Yeah, he can because he's got. I forgot that he's got this mission off, so he'll have like 8 attack. Yeah. The Dark Angels have always synergized really well. I think they've been very good for what they do. Ooh, wow. What does that do? 3 improvised cover. I haven't seen that card ever. Very nice. Interesting. I wonder what I can do with that. Yeah, this is a new thing from ground defense. Very interesting. I mean, that's a pretty good buff to that card, actually. I was hoping that would hit that. Just to get rid of the first strike, just in time for him to play another one from hand. Yeah. Yeah, because ground defense before put down 2 barricades, right? The 1/5s, but now you're putting down 3 1/4s? I mean, it's a 1/4, but that's pretty good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that card. Very nicely done, sir. Very nicely done. I was hoping to get some stun in here, but sadly, no. Sadly, no stun. I've only got 1 stun. I mean, I've got the Mortarian's Resolve. Like, that's it. Or I guess I could get Endurance, but that's not going to change anything out. Like, yeah, see, he's got the stun removal. Good for him. It's almost as if he's watching this game. Very curious. Is he watching this game? If you're watching this game, do something stupid. Waiting? No? Okay. Maybe he wasn't watching this game. He's playing cards. Sure. Have fun playing knights. Get up there. Get up there in that legacy ladder that nobody cares about. And I see that having played legacy ladder last month and gotten all the way up to 17th. I say that because I played it and I had fun with it. But once you hit about 37, 42, somewhere in there, it just became a lot, way too many bot games. Like, it took forever to match with the player. Forever. And then when I would match with the player, they would just, like, quit. Like, they didn't finish the game. Like, I don't even mean like a turn, like a DC like game. I mean like a early. Like, I think after that stage on, like, I think maybe 2 games actually went all the way to a legitimate end. I don't know if that's going to be any different this month. I'm not really caring. I mean, I don't think most people do care about Legacy. And at this point, how many people care about Standard? At least 50. At least 50 people in the top 50 that want to feel as if what they're still doing matters, but does it really? I mean, good that you're putting time in, I guess. It's at this point, it's that, and it's, I think, a combination of ego and refusing to admit that you are on a sinking ship on a limited time. Like, this is a fun game. I just talked about that. I think I'm at 82.4, I believe. We'll go back and I'll show you. But yeah, like, I mean, it's not like this. It's not like this game's got much more legs on it. Once Warpforge hits too, like the support, the little support that we have for the game is gone. Like, it will go to Warpforge. That's it. Like, you can't say that it won't, because it will. Well, yeah, I want Asteroid Belt. I kind of want to throw that down there. I did not get to see the, no. Others in main core this morning, the hardcore people won't listen. What were you guys arguing about? Like, I missed that. So, I was at work this morning. I mean, that's what I usually do. So when I do get a chance to get on, it's not often. Let's bait him out. What were you guys talking about? I'm curious. Oh, the war cry? Okay. Well, yeah. They'll do that. They will do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I was hoping for terror. No terror this time around. No terror this time around. But we can throw that out. Yeah. He's going to have to go in here. Or is he just going to sit? Is he going to hit my Warlord? Okay. I mean, I can sit back. That was a waste of a card. Really? This doesn't hurt me at all, buddy. I'll sit back. Should have saved that. He could have done something over here. Yeah, that won't be enough. That won't be enough. It's gonna get really bad. Let's see, what can I do? Oh, I like that. Do I do cleave too? You know what? No, let's just do that, because that's fun. That's fun. Not as fun as this, though. Bwang! Little did he know. Little did he know. He thought it was Syafa Morag. But underneath all that green and grime and pussy goo, it actually was an Alpha Legion. Alright, he did it. He killed the mortar. I'm frustrated because I want to like the game, but yeah, no, I agree, Space Ghost. I enjoy the game, but I don't right now enjoy what they've done with it and how they're managing it. It's not good. It just is not good. Yeah, let's go ahead and heal 5 here. You know what? You know what? No, let's do it. Let's reveal it was us all along. I was hoping for Exodus, really, just to really shovel it in. Again, that's a misbuy. Go with this. You don't know how much Kaiserling can generate that value. I mean, it's game over for him anyways. He doesn't really have anything here, but what he really should have done, and this is, is it a bot? No. It says no lodge. It doesn't say what player it is. I can't see the name. The Twitch live bar blocks out the name, so it's like right over the name bot. Is it a bot? Am I actually playing? Was I talking about never seeing bots and I'm playing a bot? Nobody said anything. God damn it. Guys, it's a bot. You didn't say that earlier? No wonder it was playing so badly. Jesus, I was going to say, like, here's what he should have done. Well, first off, he should have not been a bot. No. But yeah, like, I mean, for the most part, with this recent revision to the way practice matches up with ladder, that seems to have like lowered the bot count, and that's great. Except, yeah, we'll do that. Except, I don't know if that's just at certain intervals. Where I'm at, like right now, is it because that's just where people are sitting at, and they're at 2,500, or is it legitimately because it's matching up appropriately at higher levels? And I'm very curious to hear what those who are playing ladder have got to say. Like, how many times are they matching up with practice players at rank 3,800 because there's no bots? I don't know. That is a question. Let's see here. We put that in here. He gets that, right? So we don't want that, and we don't want this. Let's just do this here. Make it a little bit harder. I think it is too. I don't think they realize it, or they don't think it's that big of a deal, but it is. I think what they've really got up there, they've got at least 100 players, maybe 200. And that's about it. I don't think they've actually got more than that, honestly. I really don't. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do this. How would I actually turn down Emperor? How would I tune it down? How would I tune down the Emperor's Children? Oh, man. First off, I would negate a lot of those cost reduction cards. That's going to win him the game right here. Get all of his drop pods of flank because he just makes a 2-flanker. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go ahead and do this. And let's do that. Let's buy ourselves some time. I would, out of those 8 cards that lowered the cost of cards, I would kill half of them. I would kill 4 of them, and I would leave 4 to be what they are. Grand Finale would not be, everything in your deck is -1 cost. No other card does that. It's a rare, and no other card does that. Like, that's just, no. I wouldn't do that. Let's see here. What else would I do? What else would I do? So does he get terror? No, he gets that, does he? Well, let's just do this. See if we can buy a little bit more time. Just a tad. I like the vehicle concept. I like what they can do with vehicles. It's a little surprising because I don't really, when I think of Emperor's Children, I don't think of dreadnoughts and tanks and speeders necessarily at all. So, I guess there's that. That. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, the Death Guard could end up being a bunch of Terminators. It'd be a little odd, or they could have some siege to them, I suppose. I don't know. Like, but for the Emperor's Children, like, first off, I would get rid of the cost reductions. A lot of the cost reductions. I think Eidolon is too slow. I think he's very interesting, but he's too slow. Disorient. If the faction had more disorient, and I know that's crazy to say because disorient is not a good mechanic. It's a super RNG mechanic, and it doesn't even feel fair. But in terms of that just being their consistent thing, and then finding out a way to play with them because you can still damage them with like damage dealing cards, like that would probably be a better way to go about it, right? Like use burn, you'll burn through their disorient essentially, and then maybe keep those vehicle concepts because I like the idea of the vehicles. It does, like I said, it doesn't really feel Emperor's Children-y to me, but okay, fair enough. Fair enough, I suppose. Um, what else would I do? There's a lot of rally damage. Man, they've got everything, right? They've got Marks of Chaos. They've got rally damage. They've got rally stun. They've got drop pods. They've got burst strike. They've got disorient. They've got cost reduction. They've got so much that they shouldn't have. That's another thing. I mean, really, they shouldn't have that much, but they do. And I would take away probably more than half of that. Let's see, how do I want to do this here? Yeah, we're just buying that time. Yeah, we'll keep that. I would take away a lot of the first strike, or keep that as a theme. First strike and disorient, like build up the warlord. Although I really feel like the cards that they got for their warlord buffs, like give their warlord shield, heal when their warlord's attacked, those are like, man, those should have been Custode cards. I feel like this guy is playing my deck. I guarantee this guy's playing my Amon deck. And I say my Amon deck, it's just how you play Amon. Because these are good cards, but they're made good especially because it's Amon. Let's go ahead and do that. I have fun playing Amon as well. Yeah, I take away half of what they've got. They would still have plenty. Phoenix Warden's cards and Frontline Relentless, those are very strong, and I feel like those should be Custodes cards. I don't know why they're not, other than the fact, I guess, that they're like, hey, why not? Why not have them be like, the Emperor's Children? How about we give them that? Like, why aren't they Death Guard cards? Why aren't those cards for Death Guard? Good question. I don't even know. I don't even know the answer to that. Let's see here. What do we do? Let's just see what we get from his hand. I don't even care. I knew it. I knew I was going to get some shit that I can't use. That's why I wasn't playing Jubok earlier on. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that all the cards were designed poorly. I think there are some cards that are pretty solid for the Emperor's Children. But the fact that they're solid, and it just means that they're amplified more so by the jank that the Emperor's Children already have too. Like, it's way too much. Way too much. How did he get this? Did I miss that? Was I too busy talking and didn't see him copy that? Well, I know he got this. I only saw him copy this in my little 2-3, so I don't know how many other times he was copying cards. This is why I don't play stream. I'm not a streamer. Like, I mean, I'm streaming, but I mean, like, I don't play on stream because I like to talk, and I don't pay attention to the game at all. And some players can do that, and some players can't. I am not one of those who can. Let's see what we can do here. Let's give him something to do that. I don't really care who you are, buddy. Like, what part will you see? You make no apologies. This is just a game. So some people take it personally. It's just a game, Again, kind of going back to the top 50 there, I think they take it a little bit too serious, and they don't realize that it's just a game, and more importantly, it's a game that won't be around much longer. I mean, I wish it wasn't true. I wish that we could say that the game was going to go on for more years. It's the amount of player trust that has been damaged by the update and the balance patch and the battle pass and all this stuff, like that's really high. That's really high. Like you can't get that back. You can't get that stuff back. You can't just like rebuild 5 years of player trust and devotion. They'll do it with Warpforge because they'll get a large portion of new players there, but you can't do that for this game, and that's sad. And I guess people are asking, are people still playing this game? Like, I don't know. I am, but I'm not playing it as hard. I don't feel like it deserves that much energy anymore. What's the point? I'll get the cards I want to get when I want to get them. Like, who am I competing against? Nobody. But that's just me. That's just my thoughts. So yeah, I think that kind of brings everything up to speed with where we're at, where the game is at. Sadly, where the game is at, I should add. I think he's hoping to get endurance or something. I'd have to have one in my hand for you to get it, buddy. But I do have this, so have fun. Here, do that, just to make it really nice. Yeah, I don't think I've got much else to say about that. Like, I have gripes. There they are. They're out there. They are what they are. And I'm not going to stop talking about them. Now, see, I don't play those cards. I think Flesh Change is a good card. I don't know about for Amon, though. I'm not sure, like, what's he doing with this? Is he going to play something to actually make this worthwhile? Because if he doesn't, then he's just proven that he's just got like 5 or 6 cards that are pointless. There we go. There we go. Took him a while. Like, unnecessary, but okay. Nah. Not impressed with this deck. I think this deck could be better. I think he's got about at least 5 cards in there that I wouldn't put in there that I feel like are a waste or detract. Amon's fun. Amon is a good one that I can have fun with. You just want to mess around. You're really kind of only limited by what your opponent is playing, and I like that. Let's see. Are we going first? Nope, we're going second, so I guess I know what I'm doing. I guess I know what I'm doing. People who are probably trying to do some stupid battle pass mission, honestly. Although they do have the Isfan 5 card back for Iron Hands, so he's been around for a while. I don't know. Well, I mean, hey, you did it. Enjoy. Can you do it again? The answer to that is no, he cannot. Very good, very good. Alright. Ooh, I like that. I like that, actually. Yeah, I think like when they had the meta report. New Wall of Corpses could be pretty cool, right? When they had the meta report and there was like new Abaddon and new Axeman on there, like part of the question was kind of like, hey, like what do you think the odds are that they're just up there because like people, not because they have the cards, but because they had to play the missions. Like maybe that's why they were getting played at that level, was because people had to play like a bunch of games with Abaddon. Like that's like no coincidence. Like they had to use Abaddon and Aximon for like 20 games or something. Yeah, yeah, because for that reason alone, like that doesn't make it like, oh, look at how wonderful he is, because he's not. We'll do that. Let's go ahead and roll this. See what we get here. Ooh. Do I want Survivor 8 or do I want Survivor 5? This is cheaper for me, and I kind of need that, so we'll keep that. We'll keep that. I would expect that. That's why I put it out there. Cost him 2 energy less. Fantastic. And then now we can do this. Nobody plays Horog, but I like him with the 2-3 speeders. At 7 energy, they become a 3-4 fast. That's just some extra pinch damage if you need it. And he's a 6-5, you know. Is he just going to get rid of him here? Yes. Cool. Enjoy. Enjoy that. Let's go ahead and just play this. Poison that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind Axeman. I feel like it's a good tit for tat. The Battle Honor is pretty neat. Battle Honor 30 health Warlord is limited, but you know he still gets the card draw, and he still is paying 2 for 2. So I don't think that's a bad thing. This won't be a good game for him. Like I mean, he's playing a good deck, but it's not good for him. So I'm gonna save that. Something tells me just to save Censure for like one more turn. Between these two, I can play that. That's 6 damage to his entire board, and I heal 3. So something tells me I should save that. Looks like that's what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, well, don't mind if I do. Yes. I think First Wave's remake is... You know what? I don't know if they're going to remake First Wave. Would I like to see them make First Wave? Like how we've got First Wave in one faction, Second Wave in the other. I'd like to see them remake it. I don't know if they will. Okay, so now for 7, what else can I follow up on? Guys. Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll do this. We'll do that, and then we'll pay 1 here, and then we'll go here and wipe that out, and then we'll just go here and heal up. That feels better. That way I'm still holding on to this. He's already used 1 hard removal. Does he have a second? So that's what. Yep. There it is. There's the second one. Outflank and destroy the weak. Very nice. But not nice enough. Not nice enough, good sir. Oh, I almost tempted to go here, but I won't. We'll just do the old. We'll just do the old Papalackle. Draw it out. That's the whole point of Death Guard. Like, there's no like rush to get to where we're gonna get. We'll play what we need to get. We'll wear them down, whittle them down, and then throw it out there. Like that's it. That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do. It ain't hard. Let's see here. We've got 6 2, 4. Yeah, you know, let's go ahead and do it. Let's just draw the game out a little bit longer. Does he have a 3rd hard removal? That's the thing about Legacy. Yes, he does. He does. I love it. I love it. That's not going to be good enough, though. No, sir. No, sir. Bobby. Nope. Not good enough. Don't mind if I do. Does he have a 4th hard removal? He does not. Not this time around. He could still have some damage cards, though. He could still have some damage cards. He could have the Vengeful Spirit. He's been drawn enough cards for it, so it's possible. Yep. Very good, very good. 3 hard removals in the deck is a little overkill, though. I'm not sure why you'd run 3. I guess unless... I don't know. Like, the two tanks was a little surprising, too. But, I mean, it works out because they're rallying, they're dealing damage. But, I don't know. Why not 4? Why not, right? I mean, 5 energy, get rid of something. Cool, but that's what you're doing for 5 energy. I don't know. I was a little surprised by it. Like, why not? Why not anything? Hey, here's the original Fulgrim. Let's see what we're going to do here. Let's see what kind of kooky doos are. Does anybody know if old Fulgrim makes new Emperor's Children tactics? I feel like he would. We'll find out here when he plays them. Alright, I guess I can play that card too. Ooh. Yeah, we'll like that. That goes really handy with Death Guard. I mean, can't attack with poison. If I had more poison in here. This isn't a poison deck. That's for Mortarion. That's for Typhon. What does he got? There it is. He didn't create it, though. That was in his deck. So we know he's playing with the new cards. Waiting for it. There we go. Okay. Give us more 0 draw. No? No 0 draw? Okay, well. Then I guess we'll do that. And let's go ahead and hit you up a little bit. See what else you got. Let's see what else he's got. Well, it didn't go off at 5 probably because he didn't realize that like the cards that he draws weren't going to give him -1 cost. I don't know. I mean, that would be my theory. That would be just my theory. You know what? Let's do that. And let's see here. You know, yeah, we'll do that. And this too. Ooh, defensive satellites in this day and age, in this economy. Like, that's kind of a weak play. Please hit me with your 3/3. Oh my god. Oh my god, thank you so much. I think people always forget about this guy. And he could still have a hard removal answer. They've got a different 6 energy hard removal. Oh, was that it? Will there be more? Yeah, it's true. And in the 41st millennium? In this economy? I guess he realized something, and now he's wondering what does he do. He doesn't get perfection. Sorry, buddies. No perfections for you. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Put some pressure on. What else you got? I expected that. And that's okay. That's okay. Ooh, nice. Nicely done. Let's see. What can we do here? How about... Let's see that. Do I want to do the... Can't attack here. Alright, here's what we can do. We can go here. We can poison that. We can go here, kill that, and then we can throw this guy out here. And we might get a text here. Yes. Getting that classic text. Oh, he got another one out. Surprise. He got another one out. Well, where do we go from here? Let's do this, and let's do this, and then let's do this. See what this gets me. Alright. See what he drops. Okay. I mean, sure, I would have gotten rid of the front line, but that's fine. Okay, here's his card draws. We're at 12. Yes. Yeah, why not? Like, why not? What's the worst that could happen? We'll go ahead and get rid of that. I haven't even hit my stride yet. I still got 2 full first waves in my hand. Really kind of curious to see what he's doing here with new and old. Is he just playing Fulgrim for Fulgrim's sake? Or is he playing like Fulgrim because that's the only one that he's got? Or because he can make new tactics? I don't know. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's just make a bunch of frontline. I don't care. I ain't caring. Now, he must really like those emotes, though. Like, that seems to be key. Who is this guy? His name? Oh, he's in Wild Siberia. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I just had to see the lodge name. I can't see the player's name, but that makes a lot more sense. I expect at least 2 more emotes in this turn here. FT1 for, is that his name? Is he like a robot? Okay, there's one. Yep. All right, one more. I'm waiting for it. I await it. There we go. I told you. How did I know? How did I know he was going to emote? It's almost as if I knew. Has he got something? Does he have a hard removal? Perfect. Don't even care if I'm disoriented. That doesn't even bother me. Ooh, that was weird. That was weird looking. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just drop some stuff. Tempted to throw down Duke with the barricade on there, but I don't know. Like, that puts pressure on him regardless either which way. I guess I'll throw down Duke this next turn. Sure. 8 cards to 12. You can drop your cards all you wish. All you wish is in a dish. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's draw our card. There we go. There we go. Is he going to look to double, what's its face? The 3 to board? He could play 5 and 5, which would be 5 damage to the whole board. If he plays both of those new Galewind Strikes. No? For 7, he's doing what? Pride on me? That's it? Oh, well, that won't be enough. He's hoping to get it again, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll do that, and this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sure. That should keep me out of your range, at least for another turn. That's what we do here. That's what we do. Do you have another one? Did he generate another one? He could have generated another one too. Okay, drawing. Looking to draw. Looking to generate. That's not going to do it, buddy. Sorry. Now, will he do the honors of finishing the game with an emote, perhaps? Waiting. I mean, an emote before he resigns emote. Resign emote doesn't count, but a resign emote is better than a DC emote, so we'll see. Okay. very nice. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Well, let's see. What can we do here? What can we do here? Let's go ahead and see. How do we do this? Okay, here's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll go there. And then we'll go there. And then we'll go here. Very nice with the invulnerable. I appreciate that play. I really do. Can he get two Pride of the Emperors in one turn? Okay. Okay. I don't think he has a 3 energy for 7. No? No 3 energy for 7? That's it? Yes. There we go. He gave it his all. He tried. He tried very hard. I appreciate that, FT149. Despite your numerous emotes and your 173 damage, you forget that you're playing the Death Guard. But maybe tone down the emotes a bit, because, you know, it makes you look like a fool when you lose. Alright, Legions is fun. The management is not. This mismanagement of the game is not. But the game itself is fun. The players can be fun. They could also be toxic. So you have to take that into account. But when you're just playing a game and just having fun, that's great. Unfortunately, we got to find some other way to like shift and move it on and get the toxic out. Get that Death Guard out of you and play a game that matters. Alright, I'm going to end it. Have a good night. Take out. Peace. Bye.